Today we are headed to Estes Park, Colorado and Rocky Mountain National Park. Our trip will take us through Denver and Boulder, Colorado. We did encounter some fog along these twisty mountain roads, but once the fog lifted, we had some awesome views. Our drive along the very scenic Route 7 took us through South St. Vrain Canyon with views of the snow-covered Longs Peak before we dropped into the village of Estes Park. We're staying at the Spruce Lake RV Park with Mel and Jeannie, and it's very close to the entrance of Rocky Mountain National Park. Our campsite is along the Big Thompson River, which was beautiful. The snow melt had the river running very high. The campground was loaded with elk, and the paparazzi was in high gear. We got a good tip for some short hikes in Rocky Mountain National Park, so we set out to Alluvial Fan and Falls Trailhead. The parking was easy and the hike was a short one to the waterfall. Sherry and Jeannie decided to make their own path up towards the top of the waterfall. I got a glimpse of them through the woods. The next day, we headed to another hike up at Spruce Lake. We got there early when the water was still calm and got some great reflective water shots. After Spruce Lake, we headed up to the Bear Lake, but were denied access because the parking lot was full. The ranger there said try it early or late afternoon, so we'll try it tomorrow morning.
I don't even care if we come back again, and as long as the stars are shining shining above us, then I just wanna be where you are. I don't wanna close my eyes, then I might miss a moment of you. And as long as the sun shines upon us, and I just wanna be where you are. 'Cause with you I feel no fear, and when you hold me all my wounds are healed. When I'm with you I feel safe. There is no pretending, no need to escape. And I know I just wanna be where you are.
The next day, we made it into the Bear Lake parking lot early with no problems. The hike around the lake was snow-covered, and the lake was completely frozen. We had to use crampons for traction on our shoes in the snow. The views from this hike were amazing. Everyone did pretty good considering the snow and the altitude at 9,500 feet. Bear Lake is very popular, so if you go, you need to get there early.
I feel no fear, and when you hold me all my wounds are healed. When I'm with you I feel safe. There is no pretending, no need.
We bumped into this couple while we were hiking that was getting their wedding pictures up there.
I just wanna be where you are.
After Bear Lake, I convinced everyone to hike up to Alberta Falls. This was a very scenic hike past rivers and through more snow, and believe it or not, it was uphill both ways. The falls were awesome. We lingered a bit there before heading back. I'm pretty sure Sherry and Mel wanted to kill me for hiking 6 miles around the lake and then up to the falls.
'Cause with you I feel no fear, and when you hold me all my wounds are healed. When I'm with you I feel safe. There is no pretending, no need to escape. And I know I just wanna be where you are.
The next day, Sherry and Jeannie were ready for some shopping in Estes Park. Downtown, there were a ton of souvenir shops and restaurants. It reminded me of the boardwalk at the Jersey Shore. Later that day, we visited the Stanley Hotel. This hotel is a beautiful flashback to those grand old hotels of the 1920s. It was also the inspiration for Stephen King's book, The Shining. The hotel opened in 1909 and was owned by Freeland Stanley, the inventor of the Stanley steamer. The Stanleys love Estes Park and the area. A couple of films were made here, including the Shining miniseries and Dumb and Dumber. last day in Estes Park, so we headed back into the national park to look for wildlife. We were a little disappointed and only got to see one moose from a long distance and a few longhorn sheep. Then one last stop at the Beaver Meadow Visitor Center for a t-shirt, and then it's time to pack up before we head out tomorrow.